Oh, what up, ranters? That's rantards with a hard R on the beginning and the end of the word. How's your week going? We made it. It's episode 13. Lucky number 13. We did it. It took a while. It took exactly 13 weeks, but here we are. How's your week going? My week is going. You know? Do you hate that when people say that? Like, oh, it's going. You know? I hate when people say it's going, and I also hate when people are like, when they're like, you walk up and you're like, oh, how's it going, Jim? And they're like, oh, living the dream. It's like, oh, you're living the dream? You and every other fucking person, we can't all be living the dream. You know? Why can't people just say it's going shitty? Just be honest. That's the sound of my dog yawning in the background. He's been a frequent guest on the past couple of episodes. I think I've gotten into a groove where like he knows when I'm recording on a Friday night. He knows something's different, and he doesn't like the fact that he's not involved, so he feels the need to bother me while I'm recording. And you know, I'm sure it sounds cute hearing him yawn in the background, but it's actually very fucking annoying. But that's okay, because he's a good boy. But he's not actually. So anyway, it's going. I deleted my Reddit account last week. I don't know how many of you people are on Reddit, but I deleted it, and so now I officially have no social media except for my Twitter account, which I only use for this podcast. But I've gotten off of all social media, and I gotta say, life is pretty fucking boring when you don't have just some dumb distractions to occupy your idle time. But I'll get used to it, you know. The problem is, like, you try to fill your idle time with more productive things, and then you'll pick up a book. You're like, oh, I'm gonna do more reading. But then you get bored of reading after a while, because it's like you're reading just to read. You know, because the thing you have to remember, folks, is that before social media and TV and all of those other distractions, before they were all a thing, there was books, right? So there was probably people out there that spent all of their time reading, and everyone was like, hey, what are you rotting your brain away for reading all the time, you know? Put the book down. Go live your life. So people like Benjamin Franklin were like the equivalent of Jake Paul or whoever the fuck that, any TikToker or Instagram star. That's essentially what Benjamin Franklin was back in the day. He was an influencer. And he would do things like, I don't know, everything Benjamin Franklin did, he did it for the likes. Whatever the equivalent was back then. So we got the inauguration coming up. The big inauguration. Yeah, you know, there's been a lot of interviews with the incoming president and vice president, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I'm still not sure which is the racist way of saying her name, Kamala or Kamala. I think Kamala means you're a racist if you say it that way, or something. So we'll just call her Kamala, because this is not a racist podcast. So they've been doing a lot of, press tours and whatnot, answering questions, and Joe Biden was asked if he prefers to come on his wife's tits or her face. He responded by saying,
come on, man.
So he prefers to come on man. You know, Kamala Harris, I think, yeah, right? Kamala? Yeah, whatever. Kamala Harris, she's going to be the first half Jamaican, half Indian woman to serve as vice president. Yeah, she says that she's the first, but she won't be the last. A proud day for all half Jamaican, half Indian girls out there. All 4 of them. John Nance Garner, 32nd Vice President of the United States, John Nance Garner, he famously said that The vice presidency isn't worth a warm pitcher of spit. Yeah, I guess it's a good thing that Kamala swallows. Now, in all seriousness, though, folks, the vice presidency is considered a lonely job. And now that we have the first female vice president, I'm sure that Joe Biden will be receiving a lot of evening phone calls just to see how his day is going. No, but as the first woman to serve as vice president, Kamala Harris will take on some new roles that the office of the vice president has never had before, like baking cookies and leaving pies out on the windowsill to cool. You know, Joe Biden vowed to make gender equality one of his main focuses. But later in his press conference, when asked about his critics' accusations that he's suffering from dementia, he corrected the reporter and asked him to refer to it as woman-nentia. Woman-nentia. Anyway, it's kind of what's crazy is that not almost, exactly 60 years ago, on January 20th, 1961, JFK, that's short for John Fitzgerald Kennedy, he was inaugurated to become the president, exactly 60 years ago. And what's crazy is my grandfather, back in the day, he had his own radio show where he would go on and rant about things, just current events and politics. And this is back in the early 60s, mind you. And he would just go on and rant. And so I decided to, I was wondering, what was life like back then? What was the sentiment? What was the zeitgeist of everybody back then, back in 1961 when JFK was being inaugurated? So I decided, I did a bunch of research and I dug up some old audio from the day of the inauguration. I wanted to see what my grandfather was ranting about. So I'm going to play that for you folks. Just remember, context, shut up, dog. Context is key when listening to this. So it was a different time, so, you just have to remember that different words were used and things back then. So just sit back and relax and enjoy some of this, just a look back in the history of the United States.
Well, there you have it, folks. We, as a nation, have allowed a Catholic to infiltrate the White House. Listen to me. John Fitzgerald Kennedy is going to have a telephone hooked up to his office that will ring, and he will answer it no matter what time of day, no matter who he's meeting with, no matter what else is going on. 24/7, he will answer this phone when it rings. And on the other end will be the Pope sitting in the Vatican telling Jack what to do. We left these Catholics in Europe for a reason, folks. The Pope is a monarch through and through. And we, as a country, have been taken over. And you know what this means. This means we're going to have 4 years of liberal propaganda coming from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. You already see it on the liberal media. They're trying to change our language. Next thing you know, we won't even be allowed to say or anymore. Hollywood is already calling them the N-words. They're going to try and make it a thing. Just you wait and see, folks. Let me tell you all something. This man, JFK, as he likes to be called, this man is a socialist through and through. He's going to want to socialize medicine. He is young enough and dumb enough to be worse than FDR. Do you see the connection? FDR, JFK. It's socialist code. Gobbledygook. You have to watch out for these socialist folks. They're snakes in the garden. If you thought FDR was bad, he put our Japanese brethren in concentration camps. These socialists love concentration camps. You saw it with Hitler and the National Socialists, and Stalin with the gulags. JFK is going to want to put Protestants in internment camps. They've already announced it. They're cocky. The information is out there. Look it up. We have a caller on the line. Mr. Lee Harvey Oswald from Dallas. Lee from Dallas, go. Yeah, hi, Jeremiah. Love the show. I just wanted to say that I think JFK could be a good president. You know, I think we really should give him a full 4 years before we snipe him with accusations. I mean, yeah, he has a lot of socialist ideas, but he also seems like a pretty clean-cut guy, you know? I mean, sure, his dad was a crook, and the Kennedy brothers are whores. But, I mean, I don't share his politics, but I don't want to kill the guy. Yeah, I think he might be a good president. What do you think? I'll take my answer off the air. Yeah, Mr. Oswald from Dallas, well, thank you for listening to the show, but I disagree with you wholeheartedly in everything you just said. The Kennedys are satanic, Catholic reptiles, and they're going to betray our Constitution. Nixon is a clean guy, not the Kennedys. You'll see Mr. Lee Oswald from Dallas. Before his presidency is over, he will do something that will affect your life, I guarantee it. And it will not be good. No, sir. Government overreach is what these people are all about, so I hope you own a gun, Lee. Thanks for calling. Now listen, folks. I am not a racist. But let me tell you that Irish people, the people of Ireland, are not fit to run our government. It's nothing against the Irish, but they are better at other things like peeling potatoes. Government is not their strong suit. Don't believe me? Just look at the situation in Ireland. Savages. These people need to be governed, not the other way around. Again, I am not a racist. I love all people. I just believe that God put all the races on earth because they're all good at different things.
Oh, well, that was interesting. It's good to see that so many things have changed since then for the better, you know? We're definitely a more progressive place now. I've got some good news. We have a new sponsor. The Radio Rants with Roman program has it's a new sponsor. So why don't I just jump into it? This is not an organic ad read, so let me just make it organic. Are you in a funk? Do you feel like you need to step your game up? Maybe you need some new fashion sense or a different look. Faggot. Are you embarrassed to bring people over to your grimy and lame apartment? Why don't you just faggot? Maybe you want to get in shape, but you don't know how to eat healthy. Well, my friend, you're in luck. Why don't you just faggot? Yes, for over 6 years, Faggot has been helping people like you get your shit together. Just go to the App Store on your phone and download the Fag-It app to get your very own Faggot helper to come and assist you in redesigning your lifestyle. Just remember, when you're feeling down, fag it up. Promo code RANTS20. So be sure you help out these sponsors so that I can continue to do this program, this podcast. It costs a lot of money, and this is how I make all of my money, is through my sponsors on this podcast. So help a brother out. You think at that march on the Capitol that happened last week or 2 weeks ago at this point, I saw there was like one black guy there, and if I were him, I'd be mad that I didn't meme on the internet as hard as like the buffalo head guy. It's like, oh sure, the guy with the buffalo on his head, he gets to become a meme, but I'm a black guy at a Trump rally. Where's no respect? Get no respect. It's a little Rodney Dangerfield for you. Oh boy. I wonder if Donald Trump is sitting by the fire right now, just kind of like the Big Lebowski in the movie The Big Lebowski, just sitting by a fire, listening to classical music, crying. What are you gonna do? This is the world we live in. You know, shit gets crazy and the government gives you some hush money. Did everybody get did you get your $600 check? I got mine. And, I don't like, I gotta say, I'm not happy about it. I don't like the government handing out money for free and everyone thinks they deserve it. But I took the money. I'm not gonna say no, but I'm not happy about it. Of course I'm gonna take it though. Oh, well, I leave you on this. Times are tough, and I encourage everyone to be cool. Don't do something stupid and reckless, like stealing from stores. Don't shoplift, Like, if one of the light bulbs in your kitchen goes out and you check your cabinet to see if you have a replacement light bulb and you don't, whatever you do, do not drive to Walmart, walk into the light bulb section, find the light bulbs you need, take out your wallet, take out an old receipt for dry cleaning, grab the light bulbs in one hand, receipt in the other. Do not do this. Then, after you haven't done that, don't walk to the checkout lanes, find a closed one, walk through. Don't do this. And don't exit the building confidently. And if the security guard tries to get your attention, do not keep walking. And then don't flash the receipt at the guy while continuing on. Do not do that. All right? We're going to get through this together. 2021, new year, new president. It's a new day, folks. We're going to be all right. And if you don't believe me, then good. So follow me on Twitter at Radio Rants Roman. I don't use it that often, but follow me anyway. All right.